Welcome viewers. In the previous video, we have discussed Newton's first law of motion, according to which if the object is not subjected to any force or net external force acting on the objects are 0, then acceleration of it is also 0. We have seen here that if external forces, not only one, if two or more forces, then their sum is 0, then we can say the acceleration of the object is also 0. Now two kinds of situations are encountered in the application of first law. First one, that is, if we know that net external force is 0, we can conclude that acceleration is 0, as we have written. We can take the example of spaceship in the interstellar space. In the interstellar space, if far off the things, objects from this ship, and all the rockets turned off, then there is no gravitational force, no any kind of force, then we can assume, we can conclude as per the first law of motion, Newton, that the acceleration of it is 0. Or what does it mean? Acceleration 0 means whether it is in the state of rest, then it will remain in the state of rest, or it is moving with uniform speed, it will move, continue. What is the second situation? If we know that object is unaccelerated, what may happen? Suppose this is a block placed at the table. This is the block. It is under the effect of two external forces. Block is first the weight acting vertically downward, gravity, earth is pulling it, and since it is not falling, it is placed at the table, then normal reaction of the table on it. Then what is wrong here? That you cannot say that W equal to R, forces cancel out, hence the block is at rest. What is true? You have to say that block is at rest. It is seen here. Therefore, net external force on it is 0. How many external forces? These R plus W. So what will you write? Since the block is at rest, therefore we can write that W plus R equal to 0 or W equal to minus R. That is, its weight is equal and opposite to normal reaction. Hence, we can apply the first law of Newton in this way. And in the other example, suppose a car is standing at the road, suddenly it starts, picks up and moves with the constant velocity. What happens in the first case? When the car is standing, it is at rest, then no force, no acceleration, no force is there acting on the car. When it picks up, then we can assume that during pickup it is accelerated due to the external force, and you know what is that force? It is force of friction acting between the tires of the car and the ground, and the acceleration of the car is only due to force of this external force of friction. You cannot account any internal force for the acceleration of the car. The whole car is accelerated due to force of friction. It is true. And when once the car is moving with the uniform speed, then the net external force is 0. So we have seen that if the object is unaccelerated, then we can conclude as per the first law of Newton that how the external force is 0. In the Newton's first law, we have seen that it is also called the law of inertia, and inertia of three types: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. What inertia of rest? Any object is in the state of rest will remain in the state of rest until and unless the force is applied. Similarly is the case of for motion and also for the direction. If you take the example of direction, then use of mud guard with the vehicles. The mud falls off tangentially, so wheels are provided with the mud guard. it is in the example based on inertia of direction. The mud particles, they are thrown tangentially by the wheel. To protect this mud, we use the mud guard. Similarly, inertia of motion, you can give the example also that the athlete runs for the long jump to have the longer distance, because to gain its inertia of motion, and this inertia of motion adds up to his muscular effort so that he can acquire a long jump. What inertia of rest? I am showing the simple example here, that in the glass tumbler, if this is a card and this is a coin, if you place the card at the glass tumbler and you place the coin over it, what happens? Since the coin is in the inertia of rest, it will try to remain in that position. So if you give the simple jerk, the coin will fall in the glass tumbler, and this is the example of inertia of rest. How will you look here? That if you flow the, is it clear? Similarly, inertia of rest, motion, direction, we have seen theoretically how the Newton's first law is applied. We should know in what way the tension in the case of a string, the normal reaction, free body diagram, how they are drawn. You know, in the force, suppose in this case, if this is the block placed at the table, then this is the normal reaction. How to show the normal reaction? Normal reaction is always normal, that is perpendicular to the point of contact or the surface in the contact. What about weight of an object? Suppose we start with the gravitational force. We have seen gravitational force. So if this is the earth, this is the center of the earth, any object here, if it has its weight acting, what will you say? Weight is acting in what direction? Vertically downward? No. Weight always acts towards the center of the earth. So here, this is the center of the earth. So what will be the direction of the weight in this way, so that it is touching the center of the earth? This is the weight. If the at other point, suppose here the object is placed here in this way, then how will you say? The weight at this point will be acting in the direction. So in this case, we can say that here the surface, earth surface, and this is the vertically downward for this surface, which you say vertically downward. Actually, what is this? Towards the center of earth. So in this way, the weight, that is the force of gravity applied by the earth and any of the object. How this force is given? Gravitational force is given by this m into m upon r square. This r is, this is the radius of earth and this is the height. So this r is given by re plus h, and the whole topic regarding gravitational force is given in the syllabus. In the further new chapters you will find. Similarly, for the normal reaction, we have seen weight and r. You will also learn that this r is self-adjusting. Larger will be the weight, more will be the r, lesser will be the weight, lesser will be the r. But always acts perpendicular to the surface, or you can say point of contact. If the object is placed at certain slope, like here, then how the weight will act? Here in this direction, this is the weight of the object. And how the normal reaction? Then how will you find here this normal reaction? Perpendicular to the point of contact, like this. In any of the numericals, we have seen, suppose that object is suspended by the string here, like this. So its weight is vertically downward, and since it is suspended by the string, so here this will be the tension in the string. Learn one thing, that tension is always away from the object. If the object is suspended like this, in this way, in this way, and this is the angle given, certain angle is given. Then there are two strings. Then how will you find that, how to find the tension in the string? You know, here this is the, this direction, suppose this is the force applied, this will be the tension here, this is T1, here this is another string, then you will find, you can write here this is T2, and this is the angle from the vertical, it may be given. So how to solve the numericals based on this? We have to make the free body diagram, and what points we have to keep in mind during we draw the free body diagram. First point is that the body will be shown as point object. Whatever may be the size of the object, you will show as point object. First point. The second thing is that force on it are shown, not by it. Whatever the forces are acting on the body, they are shown. And thirdly, from where we are observing, where is the observer, in what reference. So normally we take the observer is standing at the ground, and how we draw the free body diagram. Suppose for this here, then in this case W is downward and R is upward. In this case, how will you draw? This is the W and this is the point object, this is the point object, and this will be the normal. So as per the situation, this is T, W. Here we will have to take the components. Then how will you take the component? That this is T2, this is suppose theta, then you can find that this T2 can be, this is the weight of the object W. Then how will you find here that all these components which are balancing each other, this will be the T2. Here I am writing here, this is T2, then this will be the angle theta, then the theta angle, this component will be T2 cos theta, and what will be this angle here, this component, T2 sin theta. Then T2 cos theta and W, they are balancing. What will you write here? W equal to T2 cos theta in any of the numerical if theta is given, weight is given. And what about this T1? Then T1 equal to T2 sin theta if it is suppose here fixed. These are the two strings. There are so many questions. Let us solve questions based on first law of thermodynamics, the Newton's law of motion. First law. Look, when you draw the free body diagram, or when you take the components of the tension or strength, and questions based on pulley, questions based on frictional forces, action reaction forces, normal reaction, these all we will learn in this chapter. So in the case of first law, if we have to find, I am taking the first concept, that if this is the object of mass capital M, and if any of the smaller object of mass small m is placed at it, what will be the reaction here at this point A and here at this point B? Find the normal reaction. So you know that at this point, point A, what will be there? This M1G, its weight will be downward and its reaction will be upward. Then what will be the reaction in this case? That is at the point A, simple M1G, or you can write here, this is a small m. This is, I am writing, suppose this is small m, so you will write here mg at point A. Reaction is mg. What about point B? You know, at point B, what happens? It's, this is the weight vertically downward of the capital M, and its reaction upward. And what is here also? This is the weight of the smaller block. Then what will you write here? At B, what will you find? At B, what is the reaction? Then normal reaction is equal to, this is the normal reaction here, suppose this is n and this is suppose n dash, then what will you write here? This n dash will be equal to mg plus this is a small mg. Then what will happen? This m plus m into g. So look here, this is mg, this is reaction, this is mg and this is reaction, but at point B here not only this mg, what is happening here, this is also at vertically downward, and what is this mg? So what is the downward direction, these two forces, this mg and mg, this is small mg and this is capital mg. So you have written like this. In the case, another case, suppose there is a block, and in this question this block is placed at the certain table and two forces are acting on it which are perpendicular. So one force is in this direction and the other perpendicular to it in this direction. These are the forces given 8 Newton and 6 Newton. The mass of block is given, suppose this is 5 kg, m equal to 5 kg. It is said that what is the net force acting on the block and how will you find the direction of the force? Net force, as per the force is a vector quantity, how will you find what will be the net force? Law of parallelogram you will find, you will join this way. Okay, so this will be the F net, and what will be the F net? This is 8, this will be 6, and suppose this will be the theta. As per Pythagoras, what will be the F net? F net will be under root this 8 square plus 6 square, that is 10 Newton. And what will be the theta? Then cos theta will be what? 8 upon F net, 8 by 10, that is 0.8. So theta will be cos inverse 0.8. So the force magnitude will be 10 Newton and at this angle. In this way we solve the question based on the first law. We can also solve the question in which a block is suspended like this. We have seen here, this is the block of 2 kg. Here this is the tension T2. This angle is given 60 degree. Find the tensions in the spring. This is T1, this is T2. How? You will take the components of T1 in the vertical and horizontal direction. Then how will you find this angle 60? So this will be also 60. Then this will be T1 cos 60. This will be, I am writing here 60 degree. And what will be this? T1 sin 60. Then simply T1 cos 60 is 2 kg weight, then 2 kg into g. What will be weight here? 20 Newton. What this is? So 20 is equal to T1 cos 60. You will write here T1 into cos 60 is half equal to 20. So you will get T1 as 40 Newton. Then you put here T1 sin 60 is equal to T2. So T1 sin 60 equal to T2. What will you get here? You will get here this T1 into root 3 by 2 equal to T2. And what is T1? You are getting 40. So T2 will be 20 root 3. You put here T1 40, you will find this 20 root 3 Newton. So in this way T1 and T2 can be calculated. There are so many examples based on the first law, second law, third law. If you know proper use of the components, free body diagram given in the question, then you are able to solve the numericals based on that. I hope you must have enjoyed how to solve the questions and how to apply the first law of Newton. In the next video, we will discuss the second law of Newton, momentum, impulse, and other quantities. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Thank you.